Alright, hello, welcome back to Be Mac. Recently I made a video about smoking. Cigarettes specifically, right? And since then I've expanded my horizons, right? I've been looking for alternatives, right? Because smoking isn't good, right? Ultimately, it's possibly one of the worst things you could do for your body on a daily basis, right? Not that I'm doing it on a daily basis, right? But it's still just horrible for you, right? Bad, terrible, don't do it, right? That being said, this isn't mine. This is Tita's. I'm gonna put it back when I'm done. It's like 2 a.m. right now. But I was thinking, because I had this problem before, right? I couldn't inhale vapes. I don't know why, but just every time I tried to hit one, the second I tried inhaling into my lungs, I just immediately started like dying coughing, right? Cigarettes didn't do that for me. Cigarettes I could inhale just fine, right? So I went back like an hour ago because I haven't had one since I started smoking cigarettes, and I was like, I'm curious, right? Have I built up my tolerance to just, I guess, smoke nicotine specifically, right? Can I inhale it now? And the answer is yes. So, I'm gonna try and get my hands on one of my own because, see, there's many benefits, right? That's a lie. Vaping is bad for you, but there are benefits of vaping over cigarettes, right? One of them being I can do it inside, right? I don't have to sneak out the fucking garage at 2 a.m. to take a fucking hit, right? I can do it in the comfort of my own room, right? So that's benefit number one. Benefit number two is bad for your lungs, right? Vaping is bad for your lungs. But it is way, 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 way better than smoking cigarettes, right? Like, vaping for a lifetime probably won't give you lung cancer. And that's if you're, like, a hardcore hitting one every, 2 fucking seconds, right? Probably won't get lung cancer. I just made that fact completely up. But generally, you don't really see people dying from fucking vaping, right? So, but I will say, there is just something about cigarettes that can't really be beat. Obviously, this is better, right? I will try and be using one of these from now on instead of smoking. But every now and then, right? I don't know. There's a certain feel of just sitting outside with a cigarette, staring at the fucking, the night sky, listening to music, right? There's just this certain, there's just something connected to that experience that can't really be beat. That you can't, I don't know, you can't really do that with a vape. You don't really get that same, I mean, to put it simply, you don't really get that same, aura, I guess. I don't know, it just doesn't have that same feel. That's not to say that's not to say, oh, fuck vapes, cigarettes are the way to go. No, this is better. This is significantly better. Right? But if it's if I'm having an especially bad day, down, I think we're good. If I'm having an especially bad day, down in the fucking dumps, borderline about to kill myself, a cigarette might be the way to go, right? That being said, yeah, I'm happy because now I can actually use these and not cough up a lung. As you can see, I'm still struggling a little, right? But I can inhale it for the most part, right? think we're good. I'm pretty sure we're good. Now, obviously, you can't just walk into any corner store and get these. That's a lie. I know one that I can go to that will probably sell them to me without IDing me. But that's besides the point, right? Because I don't know that. I went there at like 2 a.m. Dude was stoned out of his fucking mind. He probably would have sold me a fucking gun if I asked him for it. Right? That being said, I'm not trying to do all that for a fucking vape. I'll probably just... There's a guy I know who smokes like a fucking ton. I'll probably just ask him to sell me one of his. Because it's not like I'm going to be doing this all the time. Like it's... I don't want this to become a habit. Right? Because again, vaping's better for you. But ultimately, I don't want to get hooked on fucking nicotine. Right? It's a good thing every once in a while. But once you're hooked on it, it can be pretty detrimental. It's like alcohol. Every once in a while, it's good for you, right? Good way to relax, wind down a little. Once you start doing it every day, the sunrise to sunset, that's kind of bad, right? And it's less of a want and more of a need at that point. So, I'm going to try not to get there, right? Because I don't want to get there. But ultimately, I don't know how many, I think, what, a fucking disposable vape has, what, like, I think it's like 2,000 hits in it or something like that. Like, it's a crazy amount, right? And then you can get fucking rechargeable ones with, like, pods and shit that you swap out. It's crazy, right? So, ultimately, it's more cost-effective than smoking. You can do it indoors, because it's just vapor, right? Not as detrimental to your health. And that's really it. The only thing I would say cigarettes have over is taste. Just the taste of like a menthol cigarette is really just, it's like a fine bourbon. That's the best way I can describe it. These are like your fucking like, if I had to put it in like alcohol terms, these are like your fucking twisted teas, right? These are your like cheap little fucking go-tos, right? They'll get the job done. I would compare cigarettes more to like a nice scotch. Not even a scotch, like a nice, smooth, yeah, I guess scotch would be the word. Scotch, whiskey, bourbon, whatever, right? Cigarettes are to be savored, I suppose. They're like a fine wine. You don't have them all the time. But there are some times where you just want one, right? And when you do have one, you sit there and you enjoy it. These are for fucking whenever, right? Two different things for two very different purposes. So yeah, if I had to put vapes on the I guess fucking drug tier list, right? The substance tier list, right? I had alcohol at 10 out of 10, cigarettes at 9 out of 10, I think. I'm gonna bump cigarettes down to like a 7 out of 10 because, you know what, while they're very good, ultimately they'll fucking kill you. So like, that's not good. So 7 out of 10, right? These I'm gonna put as my 9 out of 10 because they're better for you. Not good. They are not good for you in any way, but they are better than cigarettes, right? And, yeah, they're just cheaper, easier. They're more like casual, right? So yeah, that's really it. Sorry, allergies. Okay. Yeah, like, also you can get them in, like, all different flavors and shit, and obviously, like, alright, cigarettes have different flavors, right? You have your, like, Periques, Q. I forget what it's called, right? You have menthol, original, whatever, you have all this different shit. But ultimately, it's still tobacco, right? The difference between all of them isn't very great. It's more of, like, hints. These have, like, actual, like, flavors, like, noticeable flavors. Which, it's not like I'm vaping for the fucking flavor, right? I don't care as long as it tastes fine. This one is, funnily enough, this one's called Black Ice. If the camera would focus. No, okay, whatever, you can still read it. Black Ice, right? 5%. And it doesn't taste like black or ice, but it tastes good. I mean... It tastes fine, I guess. That's another thing I've noticed. You can't... I don't know why. This happened with cigarettes, too. I don't know why. When I exhale, I can't actually see the smoke. I don't know why. It makes sense in here because the fan is on. But, like, the lights are on, too. So I feel like... Let me turn the fan off. Hang on, because I'm curious about this now. Because I don't think the fucking wind from the fan would just instantly make it dissipate like that. Hang on. Yeah, it's like... Yeah, it's like pretty much stopped now. Alright. Yeah, now you can see it. Okay, so what's the fan? But yeah, I don't know why it was happening with, I think it was happening with cigarettes just because I was outside and it was dark so I couldn't see it. But, God, it's so quiet in here with the fan on. Hang on, I'm gonna turn it back on. Hang on. But, yeah, these are cool. Not cool. But they're cooler than cigarettes. And that's the important part. So, yeah, that's about it. They're good. See ya.